Hey, how's it going, Tackle Warehouse fans? Jake here with this week's episode of What's New at TW. We're getting into the end of February, and fishing should be picking up just about everywhere around the country, unless you're still frozen in up north. So we got a bunch of stuff from Shimano that are Bassmaster Classic releases. So the Bassmaster Classic is just a few weeks away, and Shimano released what they're releasing for the Classic early in January, and we actually have already gotten them in stock, and they're ready to buy right now. So the new one is the one I'm super pumped about, is the new Tranx 300B. So they did some updates to the Tranx. Mainly, they've gone to a core solid body with a Hagane body as well. So it's all metal, one-piece body. So what that's gonna do for you is just keep everything in line, and it's a much stronger platform. So whether if you're throwing big swim baits or if you're doing some kind of inshore fishing, chasing yellowtail on the West Coast, redfish, anything like that, where you're putting a lot of force onto a reel and fish are pulling a lot of drag and you're putting a lot of load on these reels, it's going to keep everything in line and keep this reel from like your internal components twisting and getting out of whack and keeping your power where you need it. So you maintain all that winding power. The new ones actually have more drag than the previous model as well, and they've updated their brake system. So you can actually adjust the brake system right here on the outside. You don't have to open the plate up like the last generation of Tranx. They got them in the two different gear ratios, so they have a slower gear ratio, like a 5.8, and then this one, the high gear, I believe is a 7.6. And the high gear ratio, same as the last generation, comes with that big cranking handle on it. Super stoked to see a new Tranx 300. It seemed like the Tranxes didn't come out, that long ago, but now we're already getting an updated model, and hopefully there'll be a new 400 and 500 coming out soon to follow. That'd be super, super cool. But new 300 for now. And next up from Shimano, we got the new Ultegra spinning reel. Now this is a phenomenal spinning reel, and a lot of the technologies that are trickled down into this reel have actually trickled all the way from Stellas and Stratics that were just, from just a few generations ago. So you're getting so much technology that previously was only available in like $700 reels. So you get the Infinity drive system and the cold forged aluminum gear with that, I believe it's Infinity cross tooth system. So it's a bigger gear, but it's got bigger teeth on it for more contact points. So it's an incredibly smooth reel. You've also got their cross carbon drag system, but it is a buttery smooth reel and it's super lightweight. They've actually put in that they've actually changed the body up on this reel too to improve the balance of it. But I believe depending on the size, they're around $159, and then we've got everything from down to 1,000 size up to a 5,000 size. But if you're looking for a reel that's just packed full of performance at a great price point, definitely want to check out the Ultegra, the newest generation that just hit. We got it in stock, ready to go. And if you get a new reel and you're looking for a new rod, we've also got we're starting to carry Pride rods now. So Pride rods are built in Texas by Billy Kistler, and he's been making rods for, I believe, 3 or 4 decades. So tons of experience in the rod making industry. And these rods are finely crafted. You're getting like a custom quality rod at a great price point. He's got, I believe we have 3 or 4 different series, so there's a range of price points. This is the Advanced series. So these are built with Norfolk composite blanks, and they have all premium components on them. So Fuji guides, I believe these are the Fuji Faz lights, and they got Fuji reel seats, and they've got kind of that multi-composite cork handles on them. Tons of different models and actions throughout the entire lineup, and crazy, crazy lightweight, super sensitive, really strong, just classic looking style of rods. Got that nice red, white, and blue threading on there. Really cool series of rods, or not just one series, we have multiple series, but now we are carrying Pride rods from a rod maker who's been doing it and been around the industry for quite some time. So really cool that we have those at Tackle Warehouse now. Next up from Z-Man, we've actually got a couple really cool projects from Z-Man. So the next couple I'm going to talk about are Tackle Warehouse exclusive products. So the first one here is the Fatty Z Thick Sticks worm. So this is a worm that we wanted from Z-Man. So we're all big fans of the Fatty Z worm, which is a 5-inch bait. but there was kind of some things we wanted to change with it, and we wanted a bigger size, and Z-Man was cool enough to make it for us. So we're super pumped to have this TW exclusive. So this is a 6-inch version of the Fatty Z worm, but we've also removed the belly slot that was in the middle, the hook slot. So that was one thing that we asked him if we can build a little bit bigger profile worm and remove the belly slot. So it's a solid body. And if you've never fished this worm, catches a ton of fish. There's a million things you can do with it. It's a phenomenal shaky head worm, Nico rig worm. You can put it on a Carolina rig. You can throw it on a drop shot. There's tons of stuff you can do with it. But my favorite personally on a shaky head or a Nico rig. And now with that solid body, it just a little bit more durable when you're rigging it, and it's elastic, so it pretty much lasts forever anyway. You can catch so many fish on one of these baits without tearing it up. So we got a bunch of really cool colors. We've even got some TW exclusive colors in this worm as well. So if you're looking for a worm just a little bit bigger profile to trigger a bigger bite, that's gonna be the one that you want to check out. If you're a fan of the Fatty Z worm, now there's a bigger model of it. All right, next up is another one from Z-Man that's another Tackle Warehouse exclusive. This is the Z-Man Chatterbait Elite Evo Mini Max. So this is a chatterbait another one that we wanted. So again, we are big fans of the Mini Max chatterbait when it came out. I believe everyone in our office fishes that thing. But there was a few things that we wanted to change on it. So a couple different upgrades that we wanted to make, and Z-Man was cool enough to put it on their Elite Evo platform, which is a really cool chatterbait to begin with. So it's on the Elite Evo platform with that really nice head design, really cool blades. But what we mainly wanted to upgrade with the Mini Max was the hook. So we went up a size with the hook. So we have a 3/0 BKK hook that's a little bit heavier wire than the original Mini Max. And then the other thing that we wanted to upgrade was we wanted to get that decoy egg snap. It's the same snap that's on like the jackhammer. So we wanted to have that snap on there as well. And these are hand tied, a bunch of really cool colors. And since it's in the Elite Evo family, there's some phenomenal colors on this bait coming. So it might not be in stock the day that this video comes out, since we're filming a few weeks early, but if it's not in stock right now, this bait will be in stock and ready to purchase any day. So keep your eyes open. This bait is coming and it's gonna be awesome. You're definitely gonna wanna have one if you like that smaller profile chatterbait. So from Megabass, the Vibration X lipless crankbait. So these are Megabass Vibration X lipless cranks. So there's two different sizes. So there is a smaller one. I believe it's the Sumatra and then the Ultra. I believe the two different names of it. So this one is a 1/2 ounce size and the bigger one is a 5/8 ounce size. So this was kind of a re-engineer on the Vibration X that they used to sell. And what they've done is they've kind of just retooled and re-engineered the internal weight system on here to get a little bit more balanced swimming action and get a little bit tighter vibration than the older model. So now it's back. It looks very similar, just the inside's a little bit different, re-engineered. And they've come out with some really cool colors in this bait. So if you wanna go check them out, go head on over to tacklewarehouse.com. And right now, it's just like that perfect time of the year when you need to have a lipless tied on and ready to go for the next couple of months. So you're definitely gonna wanna have some of these Megabass Vibration X lipless crankbaits. One for kind of some more colder water. So from Little Jack, we got a couple of different spoons. So we have a new like little flutter spoon and then this little blade bait. So the first thing I noticed when we got these are, how detailed and how good the colors are on these. These are highly detailed baits. So this one, the Forma spoon is what it's called. It's nice and wide and it has a big dip kind of in the belly. So this thing has a really nice fluttering action on the fall and it helps it slow down that fall. So if you are doing vertical jigging, even if you're still doing ice fishing, you can jig this and it has a little bit slower fall to it. So if you're looking for something, you can vertical jig and then you can also cast it out and wind it and it gets a nice wobbling erratic action. Comes with BKK hooks on it, really cool. And then we've got the More Keen blade bait. So it only has one line tie. So unlike a lot of blade baits where you can adjust the vibration by the different line ties, this only has the one. And it does have lead kind of fused around a metal plate. So it's made to have a really tight vibration. But another one, you can cast it out and wind it like how you would a lipless crankbait, or you can vertical jig this bait. But I can't stress enough, the finishes on these baits are super realistic and some of the best colors I've ever seen on spoons and blade baits out there on the market. And then armed with those BKK trebles, really cool baits. I'm glad to see something that kind of crosses over into the bass market. They make some really cool stuff from tuna, and now we finally got something that the bass fishermen can use, which is really cool. From Owner, we got the new round Ultra Head XL. So this is kind of a different take on or a little bit bigger version of the Range Rover, the Range Roller head that's been around. That's probably one of the most popular jig heads out there on the market for hover strolling and jig head minnow fishing. Now, Owners come out with a bigger model that's kind of built for those bigger 5, 6, 7, 8-inch soft plastic baits like the bigger Sakamata shads. Now they have a jig head that fits that perfectly. So these heads, just like the Range Roller, they has that lead up around the keeper just to keep your knot in the position it needs to be to get maximum action out of your minnow baits. But if you're looking for a jig head that's made for bigger soft plastics, something bigger than the standard 3 and 4-inch minnow baits that everyone's using, that's going to be the one. The new XL from Owners going to be perfect for that. More forward-facing sonar stuff. So new Revolve braid from Suffix. Now, this came out at ICAST. It's actually the best of show winning braid that came out this year. And this is designed by Jacob Wheeler. So he specifically designed this braid for casting minnow baits out, looking at the graph and making those throws with a spinning rod and catching fish. So it's built in the smaller sizes of braid made for spinning rods. It comes in the low vis green, and then you got a high vis option as well. Now it does have a little bit like a 4-strand texture to it. So you get really, really good knot connections when you're putting your leaders on. And it's really thin diameter braid for the pound test that it is. So he wanted a line that when you cast it out, that really thin diameter just helps cut through the water, especially in windy conditions. You don't get as much bow in your line, and helps your bait sink quicker and get that line to cut through and get your bait down to the fish quicker. Because if you've ever watched some of these anglers, using live scope, it's all about efficiency, how many presentations you can make, the quickest, and keep working towards those fish that are actually going to bite. So just to help maximize your efficiency with your forward-facing sonar fishing. So new line from Suffix. Next up, we got a couple things from NetBait. These were actually ICAST releases as well. Finally got them into stock. So NetBait, Bait Fuel, Hex Tech. So we got the Whiplash Shad, and then we got the Echo Craw. All those words on there, what they're talking about is it's the bait fuel infused material from NetBait, and it's got this kind of honeycomb hex sides to it, like on the body. And what that does is it increases the surface area of the plastic and helps release more scent that's infused into the plastic. So when you're fishing this bait, you get a nice scent trail. Really helps fish hone in on it. And then if you've ever used bait fuel, when fish bite onto that stuff, they do not let go. What I like about this Whiplash Shad is that it's made to be a chatterbait trailer, but to me it's like the perfect size. So it's kind of in between like a Zaco and a blade minnow from Strike King. So those are the two that like I kind of fished the most. And this bait is kind of in between those, so it's kind of like that perfect size. Really thin down here on the tail, not super bulky, and then has the flat tail, but it actually has like 4 little individual pieces, like 4 little fins. It's gonna help move through the water, and it's not gonna get like a crazy big action, but it's gonna flap and move a bunch of water. But I think it's gonna be a great trailer for any of your vibrating jigs. Like I said, that's probably like the size that I've been looking for the most. And then if you're looking for a punching bait, this Echo Craw. I mean, this craw is super thin diameter. The body of it is really narrow. It does have those little appendages on it, and then those little kind of bulbous claws on the end. Will just kind of, kick and get a little bit of action, but it's not gonna be like a craw that flaps all crazy, and it's not gonna have all those appendages that grab onto grass and gets stuck to the bait, and you're constantly cleaning it off. This is made to go into cover and back out efficiently. And because of how big that body is, I mean, it's almost gonna hide underneath your punch weight. So if you're fishing, ounce and a half punch weight, that thing is so thin, and the bulk of it, it's gonna be able to slip in and out of cover super efficiently, but it has that hex pattern on it as well, so tons of scent dispersion on it as well. But a really cool bait if you're looking for something specifically for fishing heavy cover, punching through mats, that sort of thing. That's going to be a great option for you. Last up, a bunch of stuff from Plano. So we got a bunch of new Plano boxes, tackle storage systems. Kind of the time of the year if you're just getting your stuff ready to go for fishing season. Now is a great time to organize your tackle and get everything ready to go, so you're not scrambling through the garage the night before. So we got a couple new Weekender series bags in a couple different colors. We got them all the way down to the 3500 size, and then you can go all the way up to 3700 size. They come with a couple of boxes, but they leave you room to add a couple more in case you want to get like one of those technique specific style boxes. Really nice zippers on them. Got pockets on the outside, the front. Got some of that molly webbing so you can attach stuff on there. So those are the Weekender series, the tackle bags. And then we also have the soft siders. I like these a lot because they're without zippers and stuff, especially if you fish, some harsher environments, there's not a lot of stuff to break on these. So it just has the clip on it, opens up. We got these in 35 up to 35, 36, and 3700 sizes as well. And then they've also got a new Weekender backpack. So really nice backpack. This one comes with a couple boxes inside of it as well. So they got the pouch on the outside, just kind of keep, kind of some loose items like your bags of plastics and stuff like that. And then on the inside, they've got a couple boxes in there to keep your hard baits or, jigs, whatever you want, keep organized in there. But really cool colors. There's way more than this that we just got in as well. Just wanted to grab a few and let everyone know that there's a whole bunch of new Plano tackle storage systems that just came into stock if you're looking to update and get organized for fishing season. Thanks for watching this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. For more information or to purchase any products seen here today, click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. Let us know what one of these products you're most pumped about.